right, so for the last card, what we have here is we have all of our papers with all of these little fussy cut things. So I hate to break this to you, friends, but if this is the day of fussy cutting, so we're gonna fussy cut all of these little leaf sprigs. Now, I think what I'm gonna do for this is I'm probably just gonna speed up this part of the video, just so then that way you don't have to just sit here and listen to me talk forever about fussy cutting. But I hate to break it to you, friends, this is just, there's not a matching die cut that I have in at the moment, so we are fussy cutting all of these. If you're wanting to do this slightly differently, then you are welcome to create to your heart's desire. However, for the purpose of designing this card, we are fussy cutting all of these bits and pieces, all of the leaves out of all 4 colors, as well as the rose image. And we're just going right up against the edge of the black. And that's how we're going to do all of those. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and speed this up right now. I wish it was all that fast. Okay, here we go. So, what we're going to be doing here is, first off, you have 2 different gates. So this is a gatefold card, so you have one on this side and one on this side. And you're going to notice that one of them is larger than the other, okay? So in this case, we want the larger one to be on the left-hand side. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do this. It's now going to be at the top. The large gate is at the top. On the right-hand side, we're going to put a strip of double-sided tape. I'm going to go all the way from the top all the way down. Then we're going to take our our purple glitter ribbon, and we're going to pull it straight, and we're going to line that up right on the top, and we're just going to press it in place. Okay? Now, this is a great opportunity to make sure that your card... Oh, how did I do that? Well, that's okay. This is how we're doing it this time. So we want to make sure that our card is going to fold completely, and it's not going to buckle on us. I just realized that I did this card backwards somehow, but you know what? That's okay. All of ours are going to be the same, so it'll be just fine. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take our purple glitter ribbon and we're just going to cut it. So then that way it's flush with the edge of our card. When I originally designed this card, I had actually planned to make this into a bow, but it was so bulky and so awkward that it didn't really make sense. And so I decided to just go with a little strip of the glitter ribbon, and I'm much happier with that. All right, so what we're gonna start with is we're gonna take our little rose, and that's gonna be down here on the bottom right-hand side. I'm going to use double-sided tape to just adhere this in place, and I'm going to kind of tuck it a little bit so it kind of looks kind of tilt it a little bit so it kind of looks more towards the focal point, the center of the card here. Then we're going to take all of our little leaves, and we're just going to tuck them in around our little rose and kind of create like a fun little grouping of sprigs. The ones that kind of tuck like this are really perfect for going around the edge of our little rose. You want to make sure that your rose is your little leaves are not hanging off of the edge, because if so, then it won't fit into the card, okay, or into the envelope. Oh my gosh, I've had a long day. I've taught this class 3 times now, but that's all right. I love it all. Okay, so I'm just going to tuck that in, and then I'm going to have some more of Vibrant, of the hot pink ones. Now, because they are so hot pink, I want to kind of layer this so that it's more balanced. So if I'm going to do hot pink, I kind of want one in every corner, because otherwise, if they're all together, it's going to look really awkward and it's going to look unbalanced, okay? So I'm just going to go ahead and start piecing some of these together based off of what I think is going to look good. I'm going to hold my scissors up here just so then that way I can... my card's not trying to fold on me as I'm trying to tuck these in. Maybe I'll just emphasize this fold. Maybe that will help me here. Oh, a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to put on some glue and we'll go ahead and get started. So as I'm putting these in, of course you guys can arrange them however your heart desires. But as I'm doing this, I'm actually thinking about, okay, where's my little area in terms of like my blue to my purple and kind of thinking about the gradation there. See how we have the dark blue going into the dark purple going into the light purple? So I'm actually thinking about, you know, the color gradation as with all of my leaves as I'm laying them down. So from the light purple, then you could go into some pink. So I'm going to lay that down here, and then at the bottom, I love this little sprig. I just think that's so cute. Don't know if that's really going to fit right here, but I'm going to layer one of these over here. So I think I'm going to go with a hot pink in the corner down here, and I'm going to layer in some of the more vibrant purple, and then I'm going to move into kind of a darker purple. So I think that's my plan there. So I'm going to put a little bit of my glue down here. And again, I would say just whatever you love the most is going to work great. When I was doing this, I have been waiting a really long time to use this really vibrant hot pink paper. I love it so much. And I really love how all of the kind of color palette really kind of ties together and really brings that out. However, if the hot pink is really not your color, that's totally fine. You don't have to use it. I just liked it a lot, but if you wanted to kind of hide it or kind of tuck it underneath a different color, that sounds great. The card will still look beautiful even if you decide not to use any pink. Now, we have our inside paper, so at this point, this might be a great opportunity for you to figure out what kind of leaves you want to have inside, or if you want to do like a little sprig, keeping in mind that you want to make sure you have enough leaves to do your your outside piece too. So again, kind of think about that. So I'm going to go ahead and just finish my little groupings up here, I think. I think this is the one I'm going to put inside. And then I'm going to have a little bit of pink right here. And I think I'm going to do a little bit of blue as well. I think that's going to look great. So I'm going to do my darker purple up here in the corner. Again, making sure I'm not hanging off of the edge because otherwise it won't fit into my envelope. And then we have the little dark blue, and I'm going to do some of this purple, I think, kind of coming out from that, and I'll finish with a little bit of hot pink. Whoops. And then let's see what else I want to do on this outside. I think I'm going to put the rest of my little sprigs, I think I'm actually going to do them inside the card. Actually, I think I like this one over here too. I'm kind of designing as I go here because as I was making these cards today, every one of my cards turned out just a little bit different than all the rest, just because of the way that I laid out my little leaves. They're all just a little bit different. All right, I'm really happy with that. I think that looks great. So now for the inside of my card here, I'm going to just lay down some of my last little bits. Oh, I think this is the color I want to use. I think so. Again, you guys can kind of format this however you'd like. Where do I want to put this last little bit of pink? Do I want to tuck it in here, or do I want to put that on the inside? It's just, I feel like it's a bit much for the inside of my card. So I might end up passing on that one. So I'm going to do a little blue guy in the little corner here. And I think I'm going to take a moment and just trim this guy down to size here. And I think I'm going to try to do the same thing with this one. I'm just going to trim these out so it's just the leaves. I'm just going to go ahead and trim this. And I think I'm going to do the same thing with this one, and we'll put this up here. I had glued that down already, but it actually worked out perfectly. Put this guy down here in the bottom. And this little guy up here, just tuck that in. And there we have our inside. So I'm going to put double-sided tape on the back side of that guy. And it's going to just tuck right in the inside of the card. And you're going to see that there's about an 1/8 of an inch border on all 4 sides. And we're just going to press that in place. And there we have card number 3. I am so happy with this card. Oh my gosh, I just love how that turned out. All right, friends, and that is today's card class. Hope you guys had lots of fun. Thank you for joining me. I hope you learned something new, and I hope you really love these cards because I am so happy with how they turned out. All right, friends, we'll see you guys again soon. Bye-bye.